from Sapphire, we have the HD7730. This is a 2GB GDDR3 model. There are various different models from Sapphire. This one here is a 2GB GDDR3. Now, of course, 28 nanometer architecture, so the GPU is still the same. It's just the flavor of memory that can vary depending on the card that you purchase. This one here is actually just below the 7750, which I reviewed not too long ago. Here are the specs, as you can see, 800 megahertz on that core clock, 28 nanometer architecture on that chip, 384 stream processors on that one, and of course there's the memory effective speed on that because it's only GDDR3. Now, looking at the card itself, being about a slot and a half width, if you actually look through that, it's really going to use 2 slots. Okay, so there's no such thing. Unfortunately, it's either 1 slot or 2 slot width. This one here, because of the fan, for extra cooling, it's going to be 2 slots. No power connectors other than the PCI Express slot itself. So that's very nice for you guys who are building a machine. Low power usage is key, so that's very nice. And of course, this is going to be a cool and quiet graphics card, so it's not going to run like crazy. The fan is indeed a quieter fan than other 7730 models, which I reviewed from other people. And this one here has a decent heatsink in there as well. So definitely very promising here when it comes to keeping things cool. Now, this is not a card necessarily that you want to overclock like crazy or anything for that matter. It's basically something to have for your average machine. Now, of course, this machine is an AMD machine, as you can see here. Here are the specs on the graphics card again, just so that you can see what I'm talking about. Again, 128 bus width card, so entry level card. Okay, remember that when I'm talking about this card, it's not a high end card, it's not a mid range, it's entry level. Okay, so basic gaming, basic use, home use, office use, great card for that type of market. Now, looking at the system again, if you're interested in the amount of memory that I've got, the motherboard, the CPU, that's shown on CPU-Z. The temperatures on this card were actually very nice, 30 degrees Celsius approximately on idle, okay? And then on full load, only 47 degrees Celsius. So compared to the other types of fans that I reviewed on a 7730, this one was at least 20 degrees Celsius less on full load. So that was pretty good. Now looking here again on some benchmarks, the GPU score is really what we're looking at here. So 6694 compared to other graphics cards, which I reviewed in the past. And you can see there where this card stands. Now again, remember, this is entry level, okay? Entry level card. Priced at around $85, $80, depending on where you're shopping. I'll add the link below for the latest price on newegg.com, for example. And here are some more benchmarks in case you want to compare with other graphic cards that I've reviewed in the past. There they are. Now, for games, like I said, medium settings, low settings, no problem. You're going to get smooth frames per second. As soon as you pump it on high, that's where the card begins to suffer a little bit because, again, like I said, this is not a high-end graphics card, so you can't run things on ultra-high settings or high settings for that matter. But there they are, just so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? So, again, run things on low, run things on medium settings. You want to play some good gaming on the latest titles, no problem. This card will play the latest games, but of course you just have to lower the quality settings. That's just about it. So these graphic cards, you know, they're very efficient when it comes to power. This one's about 47 watts in power, so around 40 to 50 watts of power is very little compared to other power-hungry high-end cards these days. So again, that's the type of card that we're talking about here. Again, Sapphire did a great job putting together the cooling. I do admire that this is significantly cooler than those tiny little fans that come on some of these other cards that I've seen around. So definitely a great job again from Sapphire with regards to that. 2 monitors you can plug in on there and away you go. No issues. Again, I'd like to thank Sapphire for providing it. Comment below, let me know what you think. And again, thank you for watching.